once the signal to approach has been given. There it is. So flag raised. They'll have 15 fences to jump. And the first is the last one in the back straight.
Mark it in play.
This is the Thurnby Novices handicap chase. And Dylan Zoen is the early leader. In second position, Heavenly Promise, wearing a hood on the outside. A couple in cheek pieces. The light green, Here's My Number, as they get over number one. Here's My Number, a bit more careful than Clondor Westy, who's keen to go a bit quicker. The brown sleeves and cap on the inside, quite well back beforehand, Clondor Westy, and is a handy share of second with Heavenly Promise behind favourite Dylan Zoen. To the outside, the chestnut is Grow Nasa Grow under Ryan Winks, who's just getting a little bit closer. Here's My Number is now settled in 5th place, ahead of Psycho Candy under Dave Cross in last. 3 of the 6 have just jumped their first fence in public, and they'll jump 4 more, hopefully, as they get into the home straight for the first time. And it's Zoe Davison's Dylan Zoen representing the Lumper Clock Syndicate. With the narrow lead, Grow Nasa Grow on the outside is almost matching strides with Clondor Westy, Lorney Hills runner, on the inner, quite closely grouped. Heavenly Promise, she's on the outside. Here's the first one in the straight, and Dylan Zoen gave it plenty of daylight, landing level with Clondor Westy, who's still keen to go faster on the inside. He's certainly showing enthusiasm early on, with Grow Nasa Grow on the outer. Here's an open ditch. Jumping it in 4th is Heavenly Promise in the famous Jeff Hubbard colours, made so by the likes of Sibton Abbey and a Strong Promise in the 90s. And then Here's My Number and Psycho Candy. So new leaders now as Dylan Zoen drops back to 3rd. On the left is Clondor Westy, and the black jacket with the light green star Grow Nasa Grow. These are followed by Heavenly Promise and Dylan Zoen and Gavin Sheehan on Here's My Number as they come to number 5. Next time round it shall be the last. And Here's My Number just touching down in last there with Psycho Candy. She is on the inside. So Clondor Westy did run a good race at Fontwell in December. His first run in a handicap. Not so well at Plumpton afterwards. Is side by side with Grow Nasa Grow with Dylan Zoen. He's had a few starts already this season at Leicester. He's been placed twice. He's also unseated once. And Tommy Dowling on the outside, just ahead of Here's My Number, Psycho Candy, and Heavenly Promise. She has dropped back to be last. Taking the turn into the back straight and running on towards the water, which is going to be number 6, and a closely bunched field. Wouldn't be 3 lengths separating the sextet. And in the centre, Grow Nasa Grow, the white jacket Dylan Zoen. And on the inside is Clondor Westy. Green and white Heavenly Promise on the outside, and the back pair still Here's My Number and Psycho Candy, but well in touch as they head on towards an open ditch. Fence 7 of the 15. And a mistake there by Clondor Westy on the inside. Jockey Aidan Coleman had to keep his seat, which he did, but has just dropped back to 4th, a couple of lengths behind Grow Nasa Grow and Dylan Zoen, and then Heavenly Promise. Switch to the outside is Here's My Number as they get to another plain one. The back marker still Psycho Candy. So a few changes in the lead here. Heavenly Promise has got prominent now alongside Dylan Zoen in the centre, and on the left is Grow Nasa Grow. Getting towards the next one, taken on a descent. Heavenly Promise just comes through to lead there. Now chased along on the outside, getting a reminder is Here's My Number. Heavenly Promise, Grow Nasa Grow, Dylan Zoen, Clondor Westy is still there towards the inner. And then Psycho Candy held up towards the back. They've got 1 more fence to jump on the far side. It was the first, now it's the 11th. And still a contested lead. Heavenly Promise on the outside of Dylan Zoen and Grow Nasa Grow on the inside of them. These 3. Clondor Westy is in 4th place. Just got a little slap down the shoulder. And then Here's My Number, and Psycho Candy hasn't yet got out of last and is now pushed along. Dylan Zoen a narrow leader on the turn for home. Heavenly Promise is just a shade out pace and has dropped back to 3rd. It's Dylan Zoen and Grow Nasa Grow, the first 2. Heavenly Promise is in 3rd place. Clondor Westy is in 4th. And then the pushed along Here's My Number. Psycho Candy is struggling in last as they turn for home. 4 left to take in the Thurnby Novices handicap chase. Clondor Westy still just in behind Dylan's Owen, Heavenly Promise and Grow Nasa Grow. And also here's my number, here's the fourth last. Dylan's Owen rose first, led over it to Grow Nasa Grow and Heavenly Promise. Clondor Westy is just humid into it, held together in third, about to be asked a question. Here's my number going fourth. Dylan's Owen, oh, a bit of a mistake there from Clondor Westy as Dylan's Owen makes the best of his way home down towards the second last. Dylan's Owen just hanging a bit to the left. Here is two out, Dylan's Owen in a shade close, Clondor Westy challenging on the inside. Grow Nasa Grow is back in third, and then here's my number as they run down towards the 15th and final fence. On the left, Clondor Westy to Dylan's Owen as they run down to it. Clondor Westy has the advantage here under Aidan Coleman, coming into it and jumped it 2.5 to 3 lengths clear of Dylan's Owen in second. They're clear from Grow Nasa Grow, and here's my number, but quite well supported here. It's Clondor Westy, about 5 or 6 lengths in front of Dylan's Owen, and extending that on the run to the line. Clondor Westy and Aidan Coleman are going to be clear winners of the Thurnby Novices Handicap Chase. Dylan's Owen second place again at Leicester.